Lord, I didn't even recognize you over there. What's up, buddy? What's up? So I guess I'll have one play-by-play already, right there. Stick them in the comfy seats in there. That's great.
Hello, Tiger fans, and welcome to the Tiger Sportscast. It's Coach T. Where today, we are live right here in Iowa City on the campus of University of Iowa, on the Iowa Soccer Complex, where the boys are in town to take on the Van Meter Bulldogs in the Class 1A. Class 1A state quarterfinal. As our boys have made it to state 4 out of the last 5 years. They are the Class 1A defending champs, and this is a rematch of that championship game right here in the quarterfinals. And with that being said, I'd like to welcome everyone to the Tiger Hawk Sportscast pregame show brought to you today by Exit Realty Driftless Group. And let's get right into it. Our boys come in ranked number 3. They finished their current record is 14-2-1. Head coach is Ignacio Fuentes, and his assistants are Jacob Peterson and Trey Frieden. On the flip side of things, we have the Van Meter Bulldogs, and they come in at 15-1-2. Head coach is Jonah Waldron. Assistants are Drew Gordon, Grant Gordon, Ben Karloff, and Pat Wharton. Now, NFV does lead the all-time series 1-0. We've only played them one time, and that was in the championship game last year, where the Tiger Hawks won it 2-0. So, as we only played them once, we don't really know a whole lot, so we'll see how it goes. Our boys did beat Tipton on Thursday, 7-1 to capture the Class 1A Sub-State 3 championship. Before that, they beat Clayton Ridge 6-0 in the semifinals. Van Meter, their trip here, they beat Clarington 3-zip in the Class 1A Sub-State 6 championship, and they beat Grandview Christian 6-zip in the semifinals. And with that being said, let's get right into tonight's keys to the game. And I'll start with our Tiger Hawks. Listen, man, they've got to play NFV soccer. Plain and simple, smart, passing, good decisions, and just make good plays out there, man. Winning plays. I think when they play their style of ball, they're really tough to beat. We'll see if that carries on today. And then they've got to make sure that those shots on the goal count. They beat Tipton 7-0, but if you were there or watched the game later, you can see that they left a lot of goals off the board. So they've got to make those shots on the goal count today. And then their defense must be in attack mode and be in attack mode all the time. We know our boys that defensive line back there, they're really aggressive, and they've got to be aggressive if they want to get back to winning the championship back-to-back years. And we'll see how that goes. Now for Van Meter, to me, they got to execute their game plan and do a little bit more to go along with it. I thought they had a really good game plan against us in the state championship game. It was one heck of a game. We just found a way to get a couple of goals in. So they've got to execute their game plan. Then they must control the action as much as possible. If they let the Tiger Hawks control this game, they're not going to win. So they've got to find a way to control the action themselves and keep the ball away from them. And then their defense must communicate well and be aggressive. Plain and simple. All right. That is tonight's keys to the game. And then other up-and-coming NFV sports. If the boys win today, they'll play Wednesday, and that'll be at the MediaCom Stadium in Des Moines. So we'll see what happens. Baseball, softball. Today, baseball is at MFL Marmac for a doubleheader. Softball is at Hudson. And then tomorrow, baseball is at Key High, Wednesday. Now, if the boys lose today, I will broadcast on Wednesday the girls' softball game as they'll host West Central for a doubleheader. If not, then we'll be in Des Moines. And then Thursday, we'll be at home for the boys' baseball as they'll host Southwind. Believe it or not, both teams have not won a game yet this year. So be interesting to see what happens on Thursday. All right, and let's see other games. 1A games, you got West Central Valley at Hudson. St. Albert, Council Bluffs is at Ivor City, Regina, but that is going to be played at Urbandale. And then West Sioux versus West Liberty at the MediaCom Stadium. All right, guys, they're ready to get started here, so I will be quiet as they bring you the starting lineups and the national anthem. Alrighty, guys. Those were the starting lineups and the national anthem. And as always, I will bring you the starting lineups in case you missed it. Our boys are going to go with sophomore number 1, Mason Hines. Sophomore number 2, Broden Freed. Senior number 3, Brody Schobrock. Senior number 5, Gavin Grove. Senior number 8, Kyler White. Senior number 9, Lincoln Ashelman. Senior number 11, Carter Marks. Sophomore number 13, Jimmy Duffy. Sophomore number 26, Trent Gam. 82, the senior, Declan Hines, and our Goldie. And his traditional all pink with the black number and stripe is senior number 39, Damian Harnish. For the Bulldogs, they're going to go with junior number 1, Andon Watson. Senior number 4, Ian Adams. Senior number 5, I believe it's Adali Lonsberry. Junior number 7, Henry Lonsberry. Senior number 8, Tommy Kelly. Senior number 9, Luke Murphy. Freshman number 10, Will Bemis. Senior number 11, Caleb Moore. Junior number 15, Michael Simic. Junior number 16, Braden Fennessy. And their Goldie is number 99, Junior Lucas Hetland. And he has a green, neon green top with the black shorts. Our boys in their all Columbia blue uniforms from head to toe with the white numbers and white logo. White trimming, and Van Meter is in all white head to toe with the blue numbers and lettering. Beautiful day here in Iowa City. This is once again a Class 1A state quarterfinal, and once again this is a rematch of last year's championship game where our Tigerhawks won it 2-0. So here's the quest to repeat underway. And I do want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Tigerhawk Sportscast pregame show brought to you today by Exit Realty Driftless Group as Tigerhawks are throwing in. And as always, guys, bear with me as I learn the Van Meter players. Let's bounce off a couple of players here. And knocked out a play by Declan Hines for the Bulldogs to throw in, and it'll be number 8, Tommy Kelly, to do the duties. He gets it inside, gets it right back, puts it in the middle. Kyler White is there. Takes a few dribbles up, and then he's going to shoot one up towards midfield. And that one will be kicked right back out of play. So the Tigerhawks to throw in. For those who followed our boys last year, this was one heck of a championship game last year, and we expect another good one here today. And this field is way bigger than the fields we're used to. That one gets past them and out in front, and there is going to be offsides on the Bulldogs. Kyler White to put it back in play. Off the head of Carter Marks. Bulldogs able to send it back the other way, but the Tigerhawks is there as they look coming in. Player goes down, and Bulldogs come back the other way. They get it out here on the outside to Kelly. I know him already. Nice little stop, go. Gets it back in the middle of the field. And that ball's moving on this turf. You can already see that. So the boys have to get used to it. Both teams do. Nice physical play already. You can see it, inspect it. Like I said, you can already tell just here in the beginning, both teams are going to have to get used to playing on this field. So that one goes off the head of Gavin. And Kyler gets it in the middle to Broden. But it's taken away from him by Smimic. And here's a shot, and it's wide right of the goal by the Bulldogs. And I believe that was number 15, Simic, that took that shot. First shot on the goal. Gavin shoots one towards midfield off the head of a Bulldog. Knocked down by Broden. Gets it over to Carter. Ball shoots in the middle. Brody gets to it, shoots it back. And like I said, you can already see the speed on the ball. So passing is going to be key as they try to shoot one up. But the Bulldogs are there. Ball put in midfield. Bulldogs able to get it out in front. And that is number 1, Watson, coming up on the outside as he puts it in the middle of the field, but White was there. Bulldogs still have possession. They get it on the outside to Kelly. Takes a shot, and it's knocked out of play by Kyler White, and there'll be a corner shot for the Bulldogs. Good effort by Kyler to get back, help his Goldie out. So once again, a corner shot for the Bulldogs. This will be our first one of the game. Can't see his number, but here's the kick. This one goes over the goal, off the head, and out of play, right of the goal. So Tagog sit it down, and Kyler's going to kick it up here towards Carter Marks. Bounce off a couple of players. And one of the things I talked about in the pregame show was Van Meter they want to find a way to control most of the action. They're doing a good job of it right now as that one goes off Kyler again. And it'll be another corner kick for the Bulldogs. I believe it's number 10, Will Bemis, that's doing the duties. So we approach the 35-minute mark here in the first half. No score yet. Here's Bemis' kick. This one off a couple of heads and bounces out. Simic gets it over to Bemis. I didn't see the call, but it was against Van Meter. So Kyler White sits it down for the free kick. Here's this kick. You can tell he took a little bit off that kick. You can already tell he's trying to adjust to the field. Declan gets it to Carter. And that thing just shoots out of bounds on him. So Kelly to throw in. Ball hits the middle of the field, and Gavin's going to kick it up. And Bulldogs do the favor, kick it right back. Whoa! That one goes off Declan. Now, Simic with it as he comes back to his defender. Then they're going to kick one up. Pretty good pass, but the bad part is it's going to fly right on out of bounds. A little different playing on turf. That one goes off the head of Kelly and out of play, so the Tigers to throw it in again. Trying to get it up to Carter. Kelly's there and gets it to Simic, right back to him. Right back to Simic in the middle as Brody tried to sneak up from behind on him. Brody get in there and knock it down. And you can see it just deflects off a couple of players. Lincoln was trying to shoot one up to Brody, but a defender gets in the way, so they shoot it back the other way. Kind of a nice little mess here in the back. Good pass up to Brody. Good way to pass it back to Brody. No, he tried to get it up to Brody. Brody's kind of got it. He takes a shot, and it's saved by Hatlin, or Hetland. There's Tagog's first shot on the goal. Hatlin puts this one back in play. Up there to Gavin. He's going to shoot one up, and that's going to roll all the way back to Hatlin, and he'll scoop it up. And you almost got to have a little touch on your passes when you're trying to shoot it out front. Broden with him right now. Freedom with a couple of moves, tries to shoot it up off the head of a defender and finds Brody. Brody knocks it down, goes cross field to Duffy. And it's so crazy because normally I can just look on the field and I can tell our boys, but they have dyed their hair blonde. So it's a lot of them out there, it's hard to tell. That one goes out of play. Last touch by Gavin Grove. So the Bulldogs to throw in. And that is a foul called on Van Meter. Kyler kicks it in quick. Pretty good one as it rolls all the way back. And oh! He didn't control it, but there was a Bulldog defender there to get it out of there. So he looked to come back the other way. Pass slowed up by Hines, and Kyler's going to shoot another one up as he tries to get it to Brody. Oh! And Brody Hatlin beat him there. So they kept it in the middle, though. Lincoln with it. Lincoln shoots one up and bounces off of the defender. And then it's going to be offsides on Brody. So it will be the Bulldogs' ball. No score yet. Just under 31 minutes here in the first half. So it'll be the Bulldogs to put it back in play. Here's their kick. Pretty good one. Off the head. A couple of heads. Then the Bulldogs able to control it. Kelly with it right now. He gets it up there to Moore. So Moore tried to turn the corner. Declan kicks it out of play. So the Bulldogs to throw in. Throw, and not a good one as that one goes right out of bounds. So here's our first substitution of the game. And it's going to be the freshman, Alexander Mueller, who scored a goal in the last game. So he comes in for Carter Marks. Pretty good kick by Kyler. Right to Alexander, who just checked in. Then Broden shoots one up. Brody trying to keep it in play, not able to do so. So the Bulldogs get it in quick. And it goes right back out of play. And now we have a substitution for the Bulldogs, and it'll be sophomore number 12, Adam Bulk. So he checks in for Luke Murray. They get it in quick. They'll shoot it back. Put it back in the middle. Oh, it was missed. So Lincoln Asherman with it right now. Lincoln with a couple of moves as he gets it over to Broden. Broden tries to shoot one up, and it goes past everybody right to Hatlin. He'll scoop it up. So Hatlin with the kick to get it back in play. Off a couple of heads. You can see the players trying to play that off the bounce. Declan tried to shoot it up. Good job there by Gam to just kind of disrupt what the Bulldogs were trying to do right there, but the Bulldogs do still control it. Get in the middle of the field. Shimmick. Makes it past the Bork, and he'll shoot one towards the goal, and Damien will scoop it up. Here's Damien's kick towards midfield. Off the head of Kelly. And not able to knock it down, so Lincoln's going to try to push it up, but there was a defender there to kick it out of play. I believe it was number 4, Ian Adams. It's Lincoln throw in. Right back to Link. He'll shoot it back to Broden. Tries to shoot it up to Brody. Bounces back here to Declan. He'll shoot it right back, and it'll go right to Hatlin, and he'll scoop it up. So we approach the 27-minute mark here in the first half. No score yet. Hatlin with a pretty good kick towards midfield. It's Kind of gets his head in there and then kicks it out of play. We got another substitution as Luke Murray checks back in. He'll check in for Michael Simic. So the Bulldogs to throw in. Who they go out on? I think it was called out on Bloomsbury. So the Tagogs to throw in. Hines looking. Finds Brody. Brody knocks it down. And he's going to go across field. And then it's knocked out of play by Adams. The Tagogs get it in quick. Asherman to Duffy. Duffy shoots it towards the middle of the field and it's kicked right out of there, right to Lincoln though. Brody takes a shot and it's caught by Hatton. Here's his kick, another pretty good one. Bulldogs get control. Kelly kicks one up and that one's going to roll out of play. Tagogs get it in to Mueller. Kick it up. And then Kelly just shoots one back up. He goes all the way back and it's caught by Damien. He'll throw it in quick. Gets it over to Duffy. Duffy shoots one up trying to find Lincoln. Lincoln does catches up to it. Couple of moves. There's too much traffic. She tries to go through and then we got a player falling on another. So Tagogs get it in quick. Try to shoot one towards the midfield and knocked out a play by Adams. Tagogs get it in. Oh, and it'll go out off of Adams and out of play. So it'll be a corner kick for the Tagogs, and this will be their first opportunity for a corner kick. And it'll be Broughton Frieden to do the duties. Here's this kick towards the goal, and it's caught by Hatland. First half action brought to you guys by Barrel Drive-In, Amplify Health by Gunderson, Nexus Co-op, West Union Motors, and Anytime Fitness in West Union. As we have no score yet, just under 24 minutes here in the first half. This one shoots up. He didn't see Brody. Oh, Brody. Oh, he got through, but not able to keep up with the ball. I don't think they saw him sneaking up from behind. And, woo, that could have been disaster for the Bulldogs. This one bounces and bounces and bounces. And then we have a collision. As Adams knocked down Link. And he's slow to get up. That's not good. He's got to get up. We need him. And the ball was kind of bouncing, and you can see both players kind of sizing it up. And then Adams just knocked him over. So it'll be a free kick. Brody Schobach could do the duties. Look about 10 to 12 feet. Here's a shot. Oh, left of the goal and out of play. It's Kendrick White is going to check in for the Tagogs, and Michael Simic checks back in for the Bulldogs, and Kendrick came in for Jimmy Duffy. We approach the 22-minute mark here in the first half. Still no score. Let's kick past midfield, and then Miller's going to just kick it right back the other way. Goes off there to Adams. Shimmy gets to it, knocks it down. Makes a pretty good pass up here to Bork. And the pass forward. Declan gets in the way, but Shimmick comes flying in. Then he's going to shoot one up. Good job by Gavin just to get in the way. Bulldogs, good move right there to get it back in the middle. Out here to Kelly. Couple of pretty good moves here by the Bulldogs. They now switch fields. Question is, did he put too much on it? Yes, he did. Good effort by Adams to try to run it down when they're able to get to it. That's what I was saying earlier. You almost got to put a little touch on it. Put a little, just soften it up a little bit. Ball flies on his turf. And there's another example of it where the Tigers couldn't keep it in play. Another substitution here for the Bulldogs. Be freshman number 23, Levi Lukin. So he'll come in for Andon Watson. All back in play. And the Bulldogs will shoot one up. And Damian will run it down before Moore can get to it. So the Tigers get it in quick as they get it to Mueller. Mueller to Broden. And it was knocked out by Broden trying to spin. Then he throw it up. Uh-oh. It could be trouble. And there's a goal. As Caleb Moore scores for Van Meter at the 20:07 mark. And you can see that one coming. Once he got past the defender, it's one-on-one with the Goldie. Just got to make a good shot, and he did. So Caleb Moore puts the Bulldogs on the board first. And it has to feel good as in that championship game, they did not score versus the Tigers. So they're the first ones on the board now. See if the Tigers can respond. I just was talking about it, guys. The ball flies on this field. So you and those defenders, you've got to get back. There's nothing else to it. They didn't move fast enough. The ball went flying past them. Moore was there, got out one-on-one with the Goldie, and he was able to get it past Harnish for the first goal of the game. So 1-0 Van Meter. See if the Tigers can respond. Van Meter with the ball now, get it in the middle. Broden with it now. Tried to pass it up. Now he's going to pass it up off the left, off the head. Does come right back to him. Signs going to go back to Duffy. On the outside, good pass in to Broden as he tries to get it right back to Kidrick. Somehow, some way he did. Shot back to Broden as he tries to shoot it up. Bounces off a couple of heads. Carter Marks runs it down. No, he's going to let it roll out of play. Tries to throw it in to Declan. And it's knocked right back out of play by the Bulldogs. So they'll get it back here to Brody. Couple of good moves, but defense was pretty good. Like I said, you can just see the physical play, man. These guys are grabbing at each other. Just under 19 minutes, 1-0 Van Meter. Kind of goes off the head. That one went out of play. Tigers get it in. See, that's just tough trying to go through all that traffic. Declan's going to try to throw one up to Brody. And Brody tried to sneak around him but not able to get to it, and it goes out of play. One thing I can tell you, if Van Meter's better be careful. I don't know if they realize how fast number 3 is. And you lollygagging, thinking that he ain't coming. He's coming. And he's almost caught him twice now. Here's the play back in. off the head of Declan and out of play. So the Bulldogs get it in quick. They're going to kick it up. That'll become a foot race. Kyler gets to it first and kicks it out of play. So the Bulldogs will throw in. It'll be Watson to do the duties. He'll just flip it back here to Kelly. Kelly with a pretty good pass right there. And to get it right back in the middle. A couple of good moves, but too many Tiger Hawks there, and they get it out of there. Try to get it to Lincoln. Try to get it to Kendrick on the outside. This one will roll back to Mason Hines. He'll kick it up. They're able to control it. Now they're coming up on that left side. Pretty good pass up. It's a pretty good battle. Tigers getting away though. Get it out of there. They are able to keep it in place to get it down the middle of the field to Broden. Broden's going to shoot one up. And that one will roll all the way back to Hetland. So Hetland put it back in play. Here's his kick. Bulldogs do a pretty good job of getting that ball back in the middle, man. I'll tell you. Quick. Just kind of knocks that one down. Tried to shoot one up, bounces off of one of the Bulldogs, and he'll just kick it back to Damien, who will kick it out of there to midfield. Kind of ping-pongs off a couple of guys, and that one goes off the head of Trent Gam. And the bad thing is they're going to get another shot, but it goes wide right and out of play. Jimmy Duffy checks back in. And he'll check in for Kendrick White. So the Tagoffs try to get it in. Goes off ahead. Bulldogs get it back in the middle. Try to sneak a pass in. Kyler says no, no. Pretty good pass out front here to Lincoln. Lincoln gonna kick one up towards the goal, trying to find Brody. Brody gets to it. And they'll kick it out of there. Declan runs it down. You can just see right now the Bulldogs are just a little bit more aggressive than the Tigers. Gonna kick one up. Pretty good pass. I don't know if it'll stay in. It's close. And it did roll out. So it'll be Kyler White to get it back in play. Ball deflects off a couple of guys. Tigers do a good job of keeping it in play though. They get it up here to Carter. Carter over to Broden, and then his pass is behind Brody and out of play. Adam Bolt checks back in for the Bulldogs. If you're just joining us, it is 1-0 Van Meter. The goal was scored by Caleb Moore for the Bulldogs. As Gavin just shoots one up. Goes off the head, and to me, one of the big differences is the Bulldogs have starting to adjust a little bit better to the field. Their passes are a little bit better. Get it on that side. Is one shot towards the goal off the head. Oh man, and just right at the goal and out of play. Wow. That was a pretty good pass. I believe it was number 1 Watson who took the shot off the head, and it was just right at the goal. Tagoffs get it in the middle. It's Hines now on the outside there to Duffy. Tried to get it right back. Now kicked out of play. Tagoffs get it in play. And we have a whistle. I believe it's a foul on the Bulldogs. It looked like it's on number 4, Ian Adams. He was talking to the ref. So free kick for the Tagoffs, and it'll be Kyler White to put it back in play. No? That's Broden Freeton, excuse me. So Broden shoots one up towards the goal. Goes off a couple of heads. And then kicked out of there by the Bulldogs. Get it down. And they'll kick one up. Like I said, they've kind of got the recipe of what they want to do. Is Damien will kick that one out of there. We'll go out of play. Every team in the state tournament, all top 10 teams. So expect nothing but battles in all these games. Good one here. It's Kelly with a couple of good moves. Kyler's there. Turns. Fires one towards midfield. Off the head of Lincoln. Then kicked out of there. Broden Freeton's there to knock it down. And he shoots one up to Brody. Brody runs it down. Kicks it towards midfield. Off the head of a Bulldog. Good pass up to Lincoln. Takes a shot and it's caught by Hatlin. Good save. He boots one towards midfield. Knocked down by the Bulldogs. Good job by Alexander to get in there as he gets it over to Broden. Broden's going to shoot one up. Brody puts it off his head. Knocks it down. Going towards the goal. Cuts back. Takes a shot. Oh, what a save by Hatlin. And it's kicked up towards midfield. Can't really explain how well it is to have a good goalie. And Hatlin has had a couple of good saves. That was a really good one on that shot by Brody. Brody was trying to shoot it towards the top right of that goal. He just got a paw on it. Free kick, Broden. Takes one up, and he's going to make another save on the catch. I'm unofficial, but I got Hatlin for 8 saves for the Bulldogs. This one's kicked sky high. Off the head of Declan. Joys of being a tall soccer player, I guess. Kelly got it now for the Bulldogs. He'll pass it up, but Declan gets in the way. Uh-oh. And then finally kicked out of play by the Bulldogs. Just under 9 minutes left here in the first half. 1-0 Van Meter. Ball bounce off a couple of guys down Broden, trying to get through that crowd. And then he's called for a foul. So it'll be a free kick, and it'll be Loonsberry to do the duties. Here's this kick. It's a pretty good kick, man, all the way back to the goal, and it's caught by Damien. He gets it in quick. Miller comes flying up here on the left side right here in front of us. Gets it up to Brody. Try to get it back in the middle. And hit somebody hand. Handball on the Bulldogs. So Broden do the free kicking. Here's this kick towards the goal. Oh, he almost got through, Brody. But the Bulldogs, good way to knock it down by Mueller. Try to kick it out of it again. Mueller able to get to it. Now the Bulldogs have it and they get it out of there. Did a roll back here to Gavin. Gavin trying to put one on that outside. You can see Duffy trying to run it down. He's not going to be able to catch up with it, and it rolls out of play. Like I said, it's the right idea, but you've got to be a little bit softer on those passes. Can't say that I think the Tigers have truly adjusted to that. Bulldogs have done a better job with it. Here's to put it back in play. Finds Duffy. Just gets it in the middle of Lincoln. Lincoln tried to shoot one up. Bulldogs get control. They try to shoot one up here on the backside, knocked down. Battle with Gam on the outside. They'll stay in though. Couple of pretty good moves. They put it in the middle of the field, but Kyler's there and he'll kick it out of there. Lincoln just tried to sneak it up and then kicked out of play by the Bulldogs. Under 6 minutes. Checking in is freshman Keaton Marks for the first time this game. He'll check in for Mason Hines. So the Tigers to throw in. Goes off a couple of hits. And kicked out of play by Adams. One thing I noticed, the Tigers are trying to let it bounce so they can get better control, but by the time they do that, it's a Bulldog flying at them. Getting a quick Lincoln with it right now. Spins back towards the middle. Pass bounces up. Ooh, and it's caught by Hatlin. We just hit the 5-minute mark here in the first half. 1-0 Van Meter. Once again, first half action brought to you guys by Barrel Drive-In, Amplify Health by Gunderson, Nexus Co-op, West Union Motors, and Anytime Fitness in West Union. It's the boys trailing 1-0. Once again, a rematch of last year's Class 1A state championship game where the Tigers won it 2-0. A little different today. Van Meter leads it 1-0. I have to give Van Meter some props last year. They were the number 8 seed and made it all the way to the championship game. Tigers defense was a little bit too much for them. Couldn't score on them. See right there. Brody not able to control it. Goes out of play on him. So the Bulldogs control it. Pass it up. Off the head of Gavin. Then off the head of Shimmick. Bulldogs kick it back to Adams. Bulldogs do a good job here with the passing. Get it up here on the outside to Moore. He shoots one up. Shoots it towards the goal. It is knocked down and then kicked out of there. And Tigers do a good job of getting it out of there, but they put it right back. Whoa. Handball, though. Bloomsbury. So we hit the 3-minute mark here in the first half. Freeton's going to shoot one up. Brody's going to look to run it down. Brody shoots one up. He got a little push, no call. Squaring up. Takes a shot and it's left of the goal and out of play. Trying to sneak it in that corner there. This Luke Murray is going to check back in for the Bulldogs. So we're approaching the 2-minute mark here in the first half. These Bulldogs put it in play. Goes off the head of Declan. Ping pongs off a couple of teams trying to get it to Brody and does. So Brody's going to try to kick one up on the backside to Lincoln. Can he keep it in play? No. Once again, got to put a little touch on those passes. So it'll be the Bulldogs to put it back in play. Got a minute 30 left. Pretty good kick towards midfield. Off the head of Grove. Knocked down. And he'll shoot it back up. You just see the ball just flying past a couple of guys, man. It's a ping pongs off a couple of players. The Bulldogs get control of it. Pretty good pass in there in the midfield. Tagoff's able to kick it out of there, but it goes right to Adams. Kick another one up. Good job of knocking it down by Lincoln. See him being pushed by Adams. He goes out of play. Last touch by Lincoln. Down to 35 seconds left here in the first half. Gonna roll all the way back. Get it up here to Mueller in the middle. He gets it right back to him. Alexander shoots it in the middle to Brody. Brody now gets it on the outside. Duffy get to it. Whoa! That one goes out of play. They just collided right into each other. That looked more like football right there. And there's our horn. And we're at the half. And Van Meter Bulldogs lead it over the Tigerhawks 1-0. Well played half, but at the same time, I thought the big difference was Van Meter did a better job of adjusting to the field. So let's see if the Tigerhawks can clean up a few things. They did get a couple of good shots, a couple of good saves by Hatler. And that's where we are. So 1-0. Van Meter here at the half. All right, guys, as always, I'll play some commercials and then I'll jump back on here shortly. Get you guys ready for the second half. Stick with us. You're listening to NFV State Soccer here on the Tigerhawk Sportscast, brought to you by the Union.
Current Brothers Savings Bank has been providing financial services to Iowa farm families for generations, from crop loans to equipment financing, and we're proud to continue that legacy today. In addition to ag and commercial products and services, we offer great reward checking accounts that give you more bang for your buck. Visit us online or stop by one of our branches and experience what it means to bank with a trusted local partner.
See Current Brothers Savings Bank for details. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you are in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Waukon.
At West Union Dental Associates, we provide comprehensive dentistry for all ages, utilizing the latest technologies in our safe, friendly environment. We are a full-service dental office providing regular checkups and cleanings, tooth color fillings, root canals, crowns, dental implants, and extractions, including wisdom teeth. We also offer cosmetic dentistry, Invisalign, Botox, and pain-free laser dental treatments. With 2 convenient locations, our compassionate staff looks forward to serving your family dental needs. To schedule your next visit, call 563-422-6292 or go to westuniondentalassociates.com.
At Gunderson Health System, we're inspired every day by the creative ways our community members are prioritizing their health, often through small, everyday moments that have big impacts. Take it from Jenna.
Healthy feels like a warm cup of coffee before the kids wake up.
Or Oliver.
Healthy feels like splashing in puddles.
From the big health moments to the small ones, Gunderson Palmer Lutheran is here to help you love how healthy feels.
Hey Barrel Drive-In fans, touchdown in Northeast Iowa's favorite drive-in and enjoy a highboy, roasted chicken, onion rings, cheddar crust, mulch, shakes, and more. Serving Northeast Iowa for over 50 years, just south of intersections Highway 18 and 150 in West Union. Barrel Drive-In is proud supporters of North Fayette Valley students and athletes. Go Tigerhawks!
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner, supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs throughout northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. Learn more at nexus.coop.
Imperial Roof Systems. Give us a call today and let us take care of your commercial roofing needs. Imperial Roof Systems is a fully bonded and insured for all of your roofing needs and offers free estimates. Imperial Roof Systems, 203 Armour Street in West Union, Iowa. Give us a call today at 563-422-6001. Tear the roof off, Tigerhawks.
Hi, this is Troy at West Union Motors. NFV Tigerhawk fans, it's time to get revved up for the season. And at West Union Motors, we mean that in a positive way. We are your quality pre-owned dealership and offer a full-service shop to meet all your needs. Stop in and see Jill or Leon for your next vehicle, or schedule your service and maintenance with Randy at 563-422-3801. Our team is ready to work with you. West Union Motors, 409 West Bradford, Highway 18 West, West Union, Iowa. Find us on the web at www.westunionmotors.com.
Fayette County newspapers would like to thank Elwood, O'Donohoe, Braun, and Whitelaw, with local locations in West Union, Elgin, and Cresco, for sponsoring North Fayette Valley Sports here on the Tigerhawk Sportscast. Thank you.
Kurt Brothers Savings Bank has been providing financial services to Iowa farm families for generations, from crop loans to equipment financing, and we're proud to continue that legacy today. In addition to ag and commercial products and services, we offer great reward checking accounts that give you more bang for your buck. Visit us online or stop by one of our branches and experience what it means to bank with a trusted local partner.
See Kurt Brothers Savings Bank for details. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Walk-On. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you're in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way, with a friendly smile and a handshake, right here next door in Elgin and Walk-On.
At West Union Dental Associates, we provide comprehensive dentistry for all ages, utilizing the latest technologies in our safe, friendly environment. We are a full-service dental office providing regular checkups and cleanings, tooth color fillings, root canals, crowns, dental implants, and extractions, including wisdom teeth. We also offer cosmetic dentistry, Invisalign, Botox, and pain-free laser dental treatments. With 2 convenient locations, our compassionate staff looks forward to serving your family dental needs. To schedule your next visit, call 563-422-6292 or go to westuniondentalassociates.com.
At Gunderson Health System, we're inspired every day by the creative ways our community members are prioritizing their health, often through small, everyday moments that have big impacts. Take it from Jenna.
Healthy feels like a warm cup of coffee before the kids wake up.
Or Oliver.
Healthy feels like splashing in puddles.
From the big health moments To the small ones, Gunderson Palmer Lutheran is here to help you love how healthy feels.
Hey, Barrel Drive-In fans. Touchdown in Northeast Iowa's favorite drive-in and enjoy high boy, roasted chicken, onion rings, cheddar crust, malts, shakes, and more. Serving Northeast Iowa for over 50 years, just south of intersections Highway 18 and 150 in West Union. Barrel Drive-In is proud supporters of North Fayette Valley students and athletes. Go Tigerhawks!
Northern Country Co-op and Viafield are now Nexus Cooperative, your full-service ag partner, supplying all your agronomy, energy, feed, grain, and lumber needs throughout northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. Learn more at nexus.coop.
Imperial Roof Systems. Give us a call today and let us take care of your commercial roofing needs. Imperial Roof Systems is a fully bonded and insured for all of your roofing needs and offers free estimates. Imperial Roof Systems, 203 Armour Street in West Union, Iowa. Give us a call today at 563-422-6001. Tear the roof off, Tigerhawks.
Hi, this is Troy at West Union Motors. NFV Tigerhawk fans, it's time to get revved up for the season. And at West Union Motors, we mean that in a positive way. We are your quality pre-owned dealership and offer a full-service shop to meet all your needs. Stop in and see Jill or Leon for your next vehicle, or schedule your service and maintenance with Randy at 563-422-3801. Our team is ready to work with you. West Union Motors, 409 West Bradford, Highway 18 West, West Union, Iowa. Find us on the web at www.westunionmotors.com.
Fayette County newspapers would like to thank Elwood, O'Donohoe, Braun, and Whitelaw with local locations in West Union, Elgin, and Cresco for sponsoring North Fayette Valley sports here on the Tigerhawk Sportscast. Thank you. Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the Tigerhawk Sportscast. We're at halftime. And Van Meter leads it over the Tigerhawks 1-0. The only goal was by Caleb Moore at the 20:07 mark. Ball got past our defenders on a bounce. He was able to catch up to it. And a pretty good shot on Damien, 1-on-1. And that's the difference. So a few things that I think the Tigers can't clean up on. One is their passing. Like I said, you have to adjust. This is a very fast field. And the ball is flying on them. And they've actually lost a couple of good opportunities just because of that. So I think they got to clean that up a little bit. And the other thing, too, is I think they got to play with a little bit more urgency. Van Meter seems to want it a little bit more. You can feel it. And you have to match that. I've said it before. A lot of these guys that is on Van Meter's team was on that team last year that lost to the Tigers in the title game. They remember that, man. So I guarantee when those pairings came out, they were super excited to have another opportunity. So you got to bring it. So we'll see if they can turn it up a little bit here in the second half. Besides that, a pretty good game. As we get ready for the second half. All right, so both teams back out on the field. 40 minutes is on the clock. All right. Okay, so let's see if the adjustments get them back in this one. As they shoot one up, Tigers do. And we're back on the way here in the second half. Ball just going off a couple of heads here. Cam trying to run it down, not going to be able to do so. So Van Meter's going to get it in quick. Kick it up here on the backside. Kick it up towards the goal, and that ball's still in play. Carter Marks trying to get it out of there. Kicks it up, but that's nobody over there, so it'll roll out of play. So Van Meter gets it back in quick. Middle of the field to Shimmick. Shoot it up here in the middle. Come all the way across field. Finally knocked down here by Watson, and his shot is wide left of the goal and out of play. Tag also just kick it in play right there to Grove. Grove will get it on the outside to Gam. And he almost lost it out of play. That's what I was just talking about, guys, that it's much faster. You would think both teams would have adjusted by now. They get it in the middle of the field, and Kyler White will kick it out of there. As it finds Loonsbury right in the middle of the field for the Bulldogs. Gets it on the outside there to Murphy. Trying to get it in the middle of the field. Nobody's there, so Gam kicks it out. And that's when they'll roll all the way back to Damien, and he'll scoop it up. Ball knocked down. I'm just kind of going between both teams. See as Bulldogs try to get a little control of it. See Tagogs there trying to let it bounce down, and a good job by Watson. He gets it out, puts it in the middle of the field. See Kyler in there battling. He comes dribbling up that left side. Still going, still going. And he still, finally kicked out of play as he deflected it off of Kyler. Ball playing players, it'll go back to Kyler. He'll boot one up. And Van Meter will kick it out of play. He'll kick it right back out of play. There's one, I don't know if that was a pass or a shot by Broden. Miller's going to check in. So he'll come in for Duffy. One of the things I talked about too is, gotta play a little bit smarter out here too. Gavin runs that one down and kicks it out of play. So they'll get it in quick. Whoa. A couple of guys jumping into each other. Miller able to kick it out of there, get it to midfield to Brody. Brody's being harassed. Shimmick just uses that big old body. Well, once again, I talked about it, Brody and his speed as he just refused to give up. Takes a shot, but is right at Hadley. He's one guy on the Tigers team that cannot underestimate. And he just proved my point. So that one bounces all the way back to Damien. He'll scoop it and he kick it back into play. Bulldogs kick it right back out. Tigers looking to get it in. They try to get it up on that right side. Got That pass in the middle, and then Broden was trying to go right back to Carter, and he was tripped up. But the call was on the Tigerhawks. I'm not sure what that was. Here's the kick to get it back in play. Pretty good one. Declan tries to run it down. It'll go off his head and out of play. Could have been Van Meter to throw it in. Long run in. Get in and go off a hit. Kyler will let it roll back to Damien, and he'll scoop it up. As he looks to throw it in midfield, not a good decision. Tigers could make it work, though, as they get it in the middle of the field. Broden, but he put it out too far in front. As Brody tries to sneak one in to Link. Link trying to get it over to Duffy. Duffy cuts back. Oh, that's actually Mason Hines. Mason takes a shot, and it's over the goal and out of play. So the Tigers have had a couple of good opportunities, but they have not made them count. And I talked about that. That was one of the things I talked about in the pregame show, is that one of their keys. They've got to make those shots on the goal count. On Thursday, they shot about 6-7 shots over the goal. There's a shot by Watson, and that was wide left and out of play. Substitution for Van Meter. And them both checks in for Murphy. Ball put back in play, knocked down by Carter. It's taken away from him. Shimmick gets it in the middle there to Bemis. But Tigers' defense was there. They get it on the outside. Ran down by Carter Marks. He'll flip it back to Broden. Broden's going to shoot one up. Hopefully Lincoln can get to it. Lincoln knocks it down. He tried to take a shot as he was being knocked down. And it'll roll right to Hatlin, who scoops it up. Here's his kick. Pretty good one. But he's going to go way out of bounds. Cam tries to throw it in. Deflects off a couple of guys. Makes it back to Carter. He'll get it over to Broden. Broden's going to try to shoot one up to Brody. Hey, that touched his hand, man. They didn't call it. And he was able to kick it out of there. Kelly, I believe. Looked like it touched his hand from up here. Skill McIntyre is going to check in for the Tigers. Comes in for Trent Gam. Trying to get it out of that corner. Frieden with it right now. Trying to get it back in the middle. And then kicked out of play. If we were outside, we probably could have caught that. Frieden trying to turn the corner, was knocked out of play by Watson. Take off now, kick it towards the middle of the field. When it goes off ahead of a Bulldog, they look to come back the other way. And it rolls out of play, last touch by the Tigers. And before the Bulldogs can throw in, they're going to send in a substitution as Luke Murphy checks back in. Murphy, excuse me. He'll check in for Will Bemis. Just hit the 30-minute mark here in the second half. 1-0 Van Meter. Tigers get it in quick off that violation. Freedom with it right now. Gets it over to Link. Link shoots one up towards the goal. Caught by Hadlin. You can tell he put a little bit more touch on that one, so that was good to see. As this was going to bounce way back off the head of Grove. Good job by Watson just to get in there. They try to kick it up, but Damien will be there to scoop it up. So he'll get it back in quick. Right over to Kyler. Then Kyler's going to shoot one up. Bulldogs come running up this left side. Mason Hines came flying in and Gavin kicks it out of there. Tried to get it to Carter. Carter put a little bit too much on it, but he was able to get a foot in there and keep it alive. So Lincoln with it right now at midfield. So he's going to shoot one up, trying to get it to Brody. Brody's there, and I'm not sure what that was. That was a shot. It was way off. So be Van Meter to put it back in play. Still leading 1-0. Here's the kick. Now it bounces all the way back. Collier's going to kick it up. And when I say up, I mean literally up in the air. McIntyre knocks it down. He's going to kick it up, and that's going to go out of play. So Van Meter will get to walk it up as it went out of play way back. Ball put back in play. And the tag off some back-to-back kicks trying to get it out of there, and it just goes straight in the air. Van Meter goes off the head, is knocked down. Oh, man, almost a shot, but it was deflected. And finally, Harnish able to dive on it. That could have been disastrous. Tagoff's going to survive. They're going to get it in quick as they get it over here to McIntyre. Back to Gavin. Tries to kick one up. Bounces off a couple of guys. It makes his way back to Mason Hines. And it's taken away in a pretty good pass. Kyler, though, is going to get to it first. He's going to let it roll out of play. Kyler, all-state defender last year. All-tournament team. Bulldogs, and I can tell you, man, right now to me, the Bulldogs just had way more control of this game. That was going to roll out of play. It made it really tough for the Tigers to do some of the things they like to do. Only time I think we've seen this happen was Hudson in the first half. See if they can keep it up. They lead it 1-0. Bounce off a couple of hits. Going to pass it up. Whoa, man. Carter just gets smashed. Hear the crowd trying to fire up the boys. So we get a couple of substitutions for the Bulldogs that will have a free kick for the Tigers. .25:33 on the clock. Just waiting. Here we go. There's our whistle. We're back to play. Here's a free kick by Broden. It's up towards by the goal. Bounces off of a head. Bulldogs try to kick it out of there. And they do is it'll roll right to Coach Fuentes. You know, another thing too, and I think he's telling them the same thing right there, man. Every time they've thrown the ball in and they've thrown it right by that line, Taghawks have knocked it right out of bounds. Those are the little small adjustments you got to realize. You can't do that. This Bulldogs put it in the middle of the field. Carter trying to get to it and does. I think it was kicked away from him. Get it in quick. Bulldogs take it away. Again, now in the middle of the field. Bork is going to pass it up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. As Kyler gets to it and kicks it out. Another collision. Everybody all right, though. Van Meter now get it in the middle of the field. Taghawks able to get it out of there. What? Kick it right to Loonsberry, who's going to bring it over here to Kelly. That one goes past everybody back to Kyler White. Groden. See, most of the time you knock that ball down on natural grass, it just drops right there. Here, it rolls. And you've seen both teams have to deal with it, but that's the way it goes. State say we play here, we play here. All put in the middle, Frieden gets to it. He's going to try to pass one up on the backside to Lincoln, and it's way out in front. Yes, Keaton Marks is going to check back in for the Taghawks. He'll check in for his brother Carter. Just under 23 minutes. 1-0 Van Meter. Here's kick, get it back in play. Off the head, and what a setup. And it rolls back to Damien. He does get to it quick, and then he'll kick it out of there. One thing I noticed that Gavin knocks it out of play. It's all about adjustments to me, and I know soccer's a little different. You don't have any timeouts and things like that, so you kind of got to make your adjustments on the fly. But Van Meter has caught him 2-3 times with the long pass off the head, trying to find a guy on the backside. And they have actually done a really good job of finding him. And that one goes off of Kyler and out of play. And it will be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. You know, let Kelly go in the corner and do the duties. Here's this kick. Goes over everybody's head. And then they'll kick it off Carter. No, actually that's Keaton and out of play. So Mike Shimmick checks back in for the Bulldogs, placing Luke Murray. We're about to approach the 21-minute mark here in the second half. The Bulldogs get it in to Shimmick. Kick it up. See, that's what they've been trying to do this whole second half. Taghawks a little bit better ready for it that time. Get it out here in front to Jimmy Duffy, and not sure what that was as he kicks it right into the Taghawks bench. The stoppage of play, not sure what happened. Here we go. Bulldogs get it right in. Elliott's going to kick it towards the middle of the field. Pretty good passing there by the Bulldogs. Tried to sneak one up, but Declan was there. And then they'll kick it right back up. Passing in the middle off the head of Gavin. Finds Duffy. It's taken away from him. Bemis. Kicks it towards the goal and scooped up by Damien as he's going to get it in quick. Gets it up to Keaton. Mason tried to get it up to Lincoln. Bulldogs with it now. One of the things too, guys, I haven't seen many teams control the action as good against NFV, but the Bulldogs done a great job. There's a push off by Bemis. He gets away with it. It's Watson. Being harassed by Kyler. Takes a shot and it's wide right now to play. Whew. Harnish on the dive. So Alexander Mueller's going to check in for Jimmy Duffy. And then Murphy checks back in for the Bulldogs for Bork. Ball put in play, knocked down by Mueller. He tries to get it back to McIntyre. Goes out of play. Last touch by the Taghawks. I mean, it's been a physical game. They've let them play a little bit. Van gets it thrown in. Good ball movement here once again by the Bulldogs. Try to sneak it on the outside. And could be a make-up call right there. Looked like it went out on the Taghawks, but at the same time, Hervenstick definitely was the aggressor. So shoots back to Gavin. Gonna shoot one up. The ball has been on this side of the field for a long time. So the Bulldogs have controlled this game. If this one's gonna shoot up, that could be trouble, but Damien beats him there first. He gets it up to Keaton. Good effort there by Hervenstick. Again in the middle of the field here to Bemis. Mueller's able to take it away, but he kicks it right to Watson. Watson tries to turn the corner and does. Taghawks getting his way and they kick it up. And I don't think that's going to stay in play. This goes to the Taghawk bench again. Strengtgam's going to check back into the game for McIntyre. So Gam checks in and right off his head. Look at that, man. Right off the head. Trying to get a pass up. And it's worked. Scotty does a good job at least getting it out of there. Here's the shot. And it's scooped up by Damien. So the shot by Kelly. So every time they're hitting it with their heads towards the goal. It's a good idea. Taghawks now get it to Broden. Trying to pass it right back. Declan gets in the way, trying to shoot it up. I think if Lincoln would have kept running, would have came back to him. Good job by Mason to get it in the way. Trying to get it to Brody, but it shot back. And Mueller was trying to get it to Broden, but he was already coming towards him. Let's get it over here to Broden. And let's see if Brody can run it down. He does. Gets it back to Mason Hines. Mason puts it towards the middle of the field. It bounces off. Mueller knocks it down, and before he could take a shot, good defense by Shimmick. Just under 15 minutes left here in the ball game. 1-0 Van Meter. Second half action brought to you guys by Imperial Roof Systems, Kern Brothers Bank, Torkelson Motors, West Union Dental Associates, Elwood, O'Donoho, Braun, and White Law, and Exit Realty, Triflis Group. Van Meter leads it 1-0 here in the second half. They shoot one up. Damien will get to it and dive on it. He gets it up to Keaton. Keaton back in the middle of the field to Kyler. They try to shoot one on the backside. It's ran down, put back in the middle of the field off the head of Kyler, and then Declan's going to shoot one smack dead in the sky again. That hit his hand. And they called it. So Tagoff's going to get it moving quick. Keaton marks with it right now as he gets it over to Broden. And Broden kicks it off of one of the Bulldogs, and they're heading the other way. See Mason getting away, trying to turn that corner. Bulldogs now with it. Try to shoot it on the backside, and that'll roll out of play. Tagoff's put it in play. Kyler White's going to shoot one up off the head of Lincoln. Pretty good pass on the side to Keaton Marks. Gets it back to Freeton. He tries to shoot one back up to Carter. Keaton, that's the other Marks, and then he's tripped up. Gonna be a free kick over on that right side. Here's the kick towards the goal. Oh, man, they had a great opportunity to finally kicked out of play by Bemis, but no blue shirts went for it. They're able to get it out of there, and they'll shoot it all the way back here to Gavin. He gets to it. Kicks one up. Finds Brody. Brody goes down. And that was a little weird what he just did. The referee allowed it. Never seen that before, what I just saw. They kick one up. Goes all the way back off the head of Grove. Shimmick comes flying in. Kicks it off Mueller. So we're approaching the 11-minute mark. Still 1-0 Van Meter. Throw it up off the head of Grove. Comes back to Watson. He'll bring it back, and they'll take it all the way back. Then they'll kick it up. Off the head of Kyler. See, those little simple plays right there, man. Van Meter's putting on more effort. That was kicked to the right of the goal and out of play. They go out of play, so it'll be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Be a little weird, but maybe we can see in that corner. Kind of tough with the window. So here's the kick. Off the head of Keaton. And Keaton will kick it out of play. Just hit the 10-minute mark. Like I said, man, Van Meter has a pretty good game plan. I talked about it. They would need to execute it and do a little bit more. So far, so good. And they lead our Tiger Hawks 1-0. Brody trying to do a few things with it. He's going to pass it on the outside to Mueller. Alexander beats him to it. He was trying to pass it to Gam, but he was already past him. Bloomsbury right there is going to kick one up on the backside. And Damian will go run it down. Gets it into Keaton. And deflects it out of play. Jimmy Duffy is going to check back in for the Tiger Hawks. He'll come in for Mason Hines. Ball put back in play, bounces off a couple of heads. Knocked down the midfield by Broden. Then kicked back the other way by Bloomsbury. Got Declan trying to run it down and we get a whistle. Kyler kicks it back in play. Bulldogs kick it right back the other way. Now got it in the middle of the field, trying to get it to Bemis. Try to sneak it through, aim right back to him, so he'll come back here to Murphy. Simic on the outside to Watson. And he kicks it in. And then Gam kicks it out of play. So it will be another corner kick for Van Meter. Under 7 minutes left here, under 8 minutes left here in the ball game. Van Meter puts it in the middle off a couple of heads. They kick it up here towards midfield. Bulldogs now with it. They're going to shoot it up. Take a shot. And it's high and over the goal and out of play. Whew. Get it in play. Kyler. In the middle of the field of Broden. Comes back to Kyler. Kyler up to Keaton. On the outside, Declan. And he shoots one up. And kicked out of play. So it'll be a corner kick for the Tiger Hawks. They haven't had one of them since the first half. So we're approaching the 6-minute mark here in the second half. Here's Frieden's kick. Goes off a couple of heads, bounces back to Brody. And one in hands, no call. Broden with it now. And that one deflects off of a defender and out of place. Will be another corner kick for the Tigers. Here's a kick towards the goal. Oh! Off the head, I believe, of Lincoln Asherman into the right of the goal. So the opportunity they wanted was right there, and they're not able to capitalize. And they still trail it 1-0. So we're down to 5:25 in counting. They haven't had many opportunities, so they got to make them count. Van Meter with it right now. Watson lost control of it. So the Tigers going to get it here on the outside to Lincoln Asherman. Lincoln's going to try to shoot one up. See Brody come flying in, but at the same time, Hatlin. Under 5 minutes left in the ball game. This kick goes way back. And Gam could have let that one go out of play. But instead, he hits it out of play. Not sure what he was thinking right there. Bulldogs got it now. Shimmick sneaks it through. Couple of moves. Good job by Kyler to get in there and get in the way. So he'll kick one up. And the Bulldogs will knock it out of play. See, I just don't like that. Every time they throw the ball in play, right there by the line, it ends up going out. The Bulldogs have been throwing it in the middle of the field. There's a huge difference, and as soon as I say that, they do different. But basically, that's what they've been doing. They've been putting it in the middle of the field. They've adjusted to this field a lot better than the Tigers have. Grove and Bemis down there battling. Gonna get it back here to Lewisberry, right back to Bemis. Didn't see the call. Be a free kick. They're going to have to check on Gam. He's going to have to come out. Melody's here and make the trip. So 3:15 on the clock. Tigers need to strike and quick. This one bounces off a couple of heads. It's knocked down by Mueller. He's going to pass it up here to Brody. Brody comes flying up. Brody comes flying up. Brody sneaks through. Oh, but it's kicked out of there. So Declan able to get it back, and it goes over the head of Duffy. .248 and counting. Trying to kick it in, and Duffy kicks it in there. Lewisberry knocks it down. He's going to kick it way back off the head of Gavin Grove and out of play. So they're going to throw it in over the head of everybody. Gavin will go get it running down. Nope, he's going to let it roll out of play. So they're going to kick it towards midfield off the head of Lewisberry over to Bemis. Good job by McIntyre to get in the way. And kick it up, bounces off of Mueller, finds Lincoln Asherman. Lincoln trying to get it to Brody. There's a defender in the way. And they'll just kick it out of there. Moore gets to it. He scored the only goal of the game. The man with the ball. Makes a couple of moves, and he'll get it out of there. Down a minute 30. I'll put in the middle fielder just kind of playing keep away right now. Smart. Get on the outside here to Kelly. He's going to kick it up on the outside. And they'll let it roll out of play. It's a minute 15 on the clock. Do I have a substitution? This Watson's walking off a little funny right there. A couple of injuries on both teams here at the end of the game. My shot towards middle field, bounce off a couple of heads, Bemis and Gavin. And then Van Meter will just kick it back the other way. So it rolls all the way back to Harnish. We're under a minute. He's going to shoot one up. And see, that was the thing I was talking about in that first half. When you get to being all lackadaisical, the Bulldogs will come in flying. This call was on Freedom. We're down to 30 seconds. Here's a free kick, and he'll just go over to a teammate, and they'll look to play keep away. Down to 20 seconds. Kick it back and back and back. Oh, I don't know if that was the right idea. As he kicks it up, and Brody gets to it, takes a shot, but he's going to shoot it right at Hatland, and that is going to do it. As we got 5 seconds. I thought he rushed that shot. He had more time than he thought, a little bit more space. But Van Meter is going to defeat the Tigehawks and get revenge from last year's title game where the Tigehawks beat them 2-0. So they return the favor here this year. And Van Meter will win it by the score of 1-0. Tough battle. And the defending champs from last year are out of it as they lose here in the quarterfinal round to Van Meter, who was in a championship game last year, took second place, and they'll continue on. So good effort by both teams. I do think that the Tigers just didn't adjust well to this field. And then right there at the end, I thought Brody shot it too fast. He had more time than he thought. And that's the way it goes. So NFV is going to finish the season 14-3-1. And Van Meter is going to improve to 16-1-2. So that will end the season for the Tigehawks. But good effort. I thought it was good effort by both teams. Great effort. Like I said, great effort by both teams. I thought Van Meter had a very good game plan. One of the things they did well was they protected the ball. I thought they was going to have to try to find a way to control the action. And I thought they did a damn good job of it. Excuse my French. And, you know, and listen, man, the Tigers don't have anything to be sad about, man. I know you're sad you want to win, but, you know, coming off that championship last year, you want to find a way to get back. It's tough. It's tough, man. This was one heck of a game. As the boys will get their trophy for state qualifiers. There, get their state qualifying trophy as quarterfinalists. It's a good game. It was a good game, man. And you know, one goal was the difference. And I thought on that goal, got behind the defense and just a great play by Moore. And one of the things I did talk about was that we, you know, we had to make sure that we took good shots on the goals. And I thought we rushed a few shots, especially that last one. I mean, I'm not putting anything bad on Brody, but he had a little bit more time than he thought. Could have took maybe one more dribble to try to set up the goalie. But that's the way it goes, guys. And soccer's a tough game, man. I mean, no matter how good you are, it's not easy to kick that ball into the goal. There's no other way to put it. But tough loss. And like I said, Van Meter, they lost to us last year in the championship game, so you knew they were going to be hungry. And I just thought they moved faster than we did. With a better pace, they adjusted to this field, and just the way it goes. We'll have to tune up and come back next year. We're going to lose some key seniors, man. When you look at that defense, Kyler, Declan, and Gavin Grove, they're all gone. Lincoln Asherman, Brody is gone. So you're losing your leading two scorers. So it's going to be a little different look next year. We wondered how the team would do without Andre, and, I remember when first Izzy left, we wondered how the defense would look without Izzy, and then, the good thing was that the seniors right now got a chance to play with them, and they learned a lot and were able to steal that championship last year. And then, but replacing Andre is huge, guys. No one can control a game like that young man, and we just didn't have that in the middle this year. But I do. I think that it was a great season. Pretty good game this year in here at State. The crazy part, though, and most who follow the Tigers know this, when we don't score at State, it's when we lose. If we come down here, we score, we seem to win. But that's the way it goes, and that'll be the end. All right, guys, so the next broadcast will be on Wednesday. So as I'll go over to the softball field for a doubleheader, as the girls will host the West Central Lady Blue Devils. And then Thursday, we'll go over to the baseball field as the boys will host Southwind. So those are the next two. The girls' doubleheader starts at 5, pregame at 4:45. And then Thursday, pregame at 3:45 and first pitch at 4. All right, so there you have it. As the State run back to trying to defend the title is over, as the boys are going to lose here in the State quarterfinal by the score of 1-0 to Van Meter. All right, and thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, I'm going to show some love to our sponsors, and I'll let everyone get back to their evening. And once again, now that the boys' season is over, tomorrow I will upload the Tipton game and today's game on the Tigahawk Sportscast, where you can watch the video of these games. Coach Fuentes let me record them, but didn't want them put on so people can scout them. And then, of course, we have to pay a lot of money to broadcast it live. So I did record the Tipton game as well as this game, so I will upload both tomorrow on the Tigahawk Sportscast for anybody that wants to go back and watch them. All right, guys, in no particular order, we'd like to thank Barrel Drive-In, Amplify Health by Gunderson, Nexus Co-op, West Union Motors, Anytime Fitness Anytime Fitness in West Union, Imperial Roof Systems, Kirk Brothers Bank, Torkelson Motors, West Union Dental Associates, Elwood, O'Donohoe, Braun, and White Law, and today's pre- and post-game host, Exit Realty Drifters Group. Hey, I thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, you are listening to NFV State Soccer here on the Tigahawk Sportscast, brought to you by the Union. As Van Meter defeat our boys 1-0. All right, I'll talk to you guys on Wednesday. Everyone, have a great evening. Good night.